to Youth Empowerment Television Show here on Pan-African Television. It is always a pleasure and it always makes me very happy when I have to come on air and talk about something that pertains to health, because as they say, health, is wealth. And so it is very key and very important that we make it a priority or a subject that is very key or pertinent for us to discuss. You're welcome to Youth Empowerment Television Show. My name is Mamitra. And this afternoon, like I have said earlier on, we'll be discussing something that concerns health. And so we are getting into the discussion of the duties of the Ghanaian youth when it comes to contributing to Ghana's wellness and health care. You would agree with me that this is a subject that we deem to discuss, especially as the Ghanaian youth. And I have two resource people on the show to help me bring this discussion with you. I have a gentleman who goes by the name Obi Sinachi. I was asking him off if he's related to Sinach or something like that. And he is the projects coordinator or partner for Ghana Wellness and Healthcare Awards. And then I have the beautiful Selina Hatto. She is the project administrator for Ghana Wellness and Healthcare Awards. And you, as usual, I do this show with you. So if you're home and you're watching and you want to share your thoughts with us on the show, you can send them through our WhatsApp number 053-1320444. And also we are live through our Facebook page at Youth Empowerment Television Show. So if you are reaching us there, feel free to leave your thoughts and share your comments in the comment section. Click the share button and let others join the conversation. I promise it will be interesting and thought-provoking. Ladies and gentlemen, you're welcome. This your brooch, dear. I will definitely take it after the show. It's just blinking into my eye. It's very key.
I'll give it to you.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Thank you.
How are you doing?
Doing
Awesome.
great.
Awesome.
The economy is treating you. Me? Oh,
Yeah.
thank you. Don't say that a lot. Else, those I'm owing will come after me. They'll think that I've made it. Okay, so getting into Ghana's wellness and then healthcare, I think this topic is a very broad part of it.
Absolutely.
So I want us to talk also about your awards, because people deserve recognition when they are doing something that is commendable. But I want us to get into the topic itself. The Ghanaian youth, I know we play a role in a number of things. We have the higher percentage, and so it is obviously sort of it's a demand on us, sort of. But I want us to consider what really are our duties when it comes to healthcare and then the wellness, especially in this dispensation, especially now that almost everybody is getting into the healthcare center as a ticket to fly out of the country to Dakar. So what duties or what are our roles? Should I start from? Let me start from you, ladies first. I'll do that. Let me start from.
Great.
Obi.
So, thank you, by the way, for having me. Yeah, thank you so much, and good afternoon to your distinguished viewers.
Yeah.
Good afternoon to everyone watching right now. So I'll start the conversation with some very interesting statistics.
Okay.
Okay. So I begin with one. I'm a business. I have a business background. I have a strong eye for business.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I begin with looking at the percentage of the nation's GDP that is derived from wellness and healthcare spend. Okay, so about 3.2% of Ghana's GDP as of 2021 was derived from the wellness and the healthcare space.
Okay.
So it tells you that that space has enormous potentials and opportunities and possibilities. And why should a young person get into that space? Okay, another very interesting statistics. Okay, about 65 or more percent of the population of Ghana is below the age of 35. Meaning that we have a more youthful population. And so it means that if there's any group of persons that should lay hold of opportunities, especially sectors that are growing, because I can tell you on authority that the wellness and the healthcare sectors are still growing, are still blue oceans, they're still green pastures, if I was to put it. You know, there's a lot of opportunities in those sectors that are yet to be tapped into.
Really?
And I believe in the course of this
because I believe that a lot of Ghanaians will beg to differ. I mean, when typical Ghanaian, when you tell a typical Ghanaian about healthcare, the only thing we see are the nurses, the ones on my over there.
Correct.
That's and then the doctor, and then most people don't even know the OBGYN. Most people don't know it. The pediatrician, not very popular.
Not very popular.
The only things we know are the nurses and the doctors.
The chiropractors. To help us with our spine. You know,
see, we don't know that. We don't know the gynecologist. I mean, they're not very popular. It's not that we don't have any idea about them, but
physiotherapist.
You know.
Yeah. Seriously, there are lots of areas, green areas that are yet to be
tapped into.
And this area is also very critical and key when it comes to the wellness. I'll give you an example for one of the categories, which is the chiropractors. Okay, for that particular category, I remember that when we were going through the nominations that we received, I was alarmed. I said, why am I not seeing a lot of Ghanaian names? I discovered that I saw a lot of foreign names. Most of the people I saw, but I think either one or two of the top nominees were non-Ghanaian names, and I mean, this is not discriminatory at all, right? But I'm just saying that there are opportunities that I think we need to jump on, as long as the wellness and the healthcare space is concerned, and seize them. So I mean, chiropractors, for example, most people don't know who chiropractors are, what they do. So a lot of us, we suffer back pain, chronic back pain, because of our posture, the way we sit, over a very long hour.
I just felt the attack directed at me. So let me position myself well.
In the office, at our place of work, the way we sit, and so the chiropractors, they help us, with both preventive measures, and then also they help us with corrective measures as well. So you go there if you're experiencing serious pain, severe pains, and they can literally correct your spine. I don't know how they do it.
Wow.
These guys are awesome. All you hear is prop, and then they're working and shifting things, and when they're done, you feel so light and so wonderful. So that's also an opportunity, A lot of people are not even aware of the opportunities in that sector, and a lot of people also are not aware that when they experience those back pains and stuff, they need to see a professional chiropractor, which is one of the things that we are advocating with the Ghana Wellness and Healthcare Awards. There are lots of other sectors in the wellness and healthcare space, even the spa. The spa. Most people don't know that after a long day's work, you should visit a spa, have a good massage. It helps for productivity as well. People think, well, why should I go pay a lot of money to someone to just
meanwhile I can just lie down and then a slim person will step at my back free of charge and all of that. I mean,
but at the end of the day, you see, all of this ties down to overall productivity. So you get a good massage, you're relaxed, you're calm, you have a good sleep, and you wake up feeling more refreshed, and you're able to become more productive, right? But most people don't know this, and I think, which is one of the beautiful thing about your show, about the show, because you were enlightening people, and I think that should be one of the things that this conversation should actually point towards. I mean, there are lots of, I can go on and on and on and on. A lot of opportunities. Maybe one last one I'll just share. I went to the market to do some shopping. And I was impressed. I saw a gentleman. He's bought the blood sugar and test kit.
Okay.
And all he was doing was testing people's blood sugar levels and their blood pressure levels,
BP. Okay.
And this guy was not necessarily educated, because he was speaking in the local parlance, And interested, the market women were patronizing him, and of course, he is gainfully employed. So young people out there watching this show, there are lots of opportunities in the healthcare sector. I'll pause here. Because
that's opened a web of various. It's just drawing my attention to their radiology, and then
radiographers as well.
All of that, and I'm thinking, wow, most people go to school, and then when we want to get into the healthcare, the only thing we think about 2 or 3, let me put them, doctor, pharmacy, pharmacists, and nurses.
Right.
Mostly not even the midwives, because we have a shortage of that, and so
a serious shortage of midwives.
It's very serious. So how can we create awareness so that people would be aware of even these opportunities, and then they will be aware of various areas that are in the healthcare? And then I'll come to the wellness, because wellness is a different topic and very broad on its own as well. So how do we even create awareness for the youth, especially, to get to know about these areas so that they can venture into them?
Okay, so creating awareness, I would say we have to start with our schools, our primary, JHS, SHS. We have to start from there, because when you are in school, from primary, all you know is, I want to do science, I want to become a doctor, I want to become a nurse. You don't hear of the other aspects. So all I'll say is we have to shape our curriculum to have all of those aspects, to enlighten the kids that to become a medicine person or to be in the healthcare sector, there are other places, other parts that you can look at, not just the doctor and the nurse space. And I will also say that we, the youth, now that some of us have come to know about these things, what are we doing to create the awareness on it? That's where I'll say we use social media a lot. And sometimes you go on social media, especially on TikTok, and an influencer will come, or I'm doing live, and you see a lot of people there watching. What do we use our spaces to do to help the healthcare and the wellness sector? That's where our duty comes in.
I was definitely going to ask that if we are creating awareness, I mean, the institutions in Ghana that we pay with our tax money, who are supposed to disseminate information, that is the reason why they have been established. That is their core mandate, like NCCE, you know. So if you are saying the Ghanaian youth have to contribute to this, what is our duty? Because if I'm sitting in my small house as a Ghanaian youth, how am I going to create awareness to other people, young people, to know about this? It's not my responsibility. It's not my... the onus is not on me, you know, if you get what I'm saying. So now that you are bringing it in, you can finish with your sentence, then I'll come to Obi, because I want to get how this... because what the duty of the Ghanaian youth would be when it comes to creating awareness even.
So as I was saying, so let's say as an influencer, you go maybe twice, you go live twice, you go on TikTok live twice in a week. So let's say once in a week, you get in touch with someone who is in the health or the wellness sector, who is well known, who knows more about the sector, to come and educate your followers about what the sector entails. It doesn't have to always be about trending issues, celebrity issues, and about yourself. You can use our platforms to also promote that. So that's where I say our duty comes in. And sometimes you go on Twitter and they host Twitter forums, and they are discussing stuff on Twitter spaces. We can do that there as well.
Elon will not be happy with you. He said you have changed the name from Twitter to X. You people are still saying Twitter.
So you go on X and you see the whole Twitter so say X space now. The whole space is talk about trending issues and all this stuff, but you don't see anything about healthcare or wellness there. So I think we can, as the youth, we can use those platforms to promote the wellness and healthcare sector.
Okay. What about you? How do we create?
On what she said, right? Still on the line of on the trajectory that she's established for the conversation. You see, I give you a typical example: digital media, social media. You know, majority of the Ghanaian youth are on social media. They're either on one of the platforms, right? And most of them are always geared towards entertainment content. And there are very few contents that are health related. But I tell you, someone watching right now, I tell you, you can start a health show. You know, you can pick up your phone, read up some articles on health, you know, and then just record yourself something on health, set up a YouTube account. And I tell you, because there are lots of people falling sick every now and then, and people are searching for solutions. People need solutions, and people will just keep patronizing your channel, coming to get quality health content. You don't have to necessarily be a medical doctor for you to then set up a health channel. Sometimes you can even invite a doctor friend of yours to just come share something, but start something. It could be even a WhatsApp broadcast. It could even be a TikTok videos or something on YouTube. There are lots of areas within the wellness and healthcare. For example, you can take something like even our posture. Our skeletal systems, our skeletal systems, there are lots of areas that you can share information. You can help people know better how to sit, how to protect their spine, how to heal their spine, certain foods that also help with bone formations and all that. There are lots of topics and lots of contents that could be derived from just the spine. Then you can move to other aspects of the body, just do a little research, and these informations are all out there on the net, and so if we get engaged in stuff like this, then there will be we'll have little or no the numbers of unemployed will be relatively down, because people make money from YouTube content, so content creators out there, we need more of you to start disseminating stuff on healthcare, especially because of the fact that the current life expectancy of the nation of Ghana it's not looking too good. I think it's around 65 years or below, which is like one of the lowest, one of the lowest, globally, so it's something that we need to look at, and there's a collective responsibility. The onus is not only on the professionals, the medical experts. You and I, everyday normal Ghanaian youths, can get involved in this space. And the good thing is that when they get involved first for themselves, because the information they're disseminating, they're first consuming. And it's making them healthier. It's making them make more healthier choices. And now they're also disseminating this good news, and so more and more people are getting healthier. And very importantly, a healthy nation is directly proportionate to a wealthy nation.
Yeah, that's very true, because health is wealth. I mean, if you have the wealth and then you are unwell, it's a very difficult thing. I think I would I agree with both of you in a way that when, I don't know how it started, but there's this spark on social media where ladies are now taking their skincare very seriously, and then juices that they take in, there's some small bottles for shorts, and it has become sort of a lifestyle. And so now, if you're a lady, a young girl on social media, and you don't have any skincare routine or regimen, it's like you're falling behind time. And so I feel like the influence is very much there, and if we apply it on ourselves, and just like you have said and you've reiterated, if we keep posting them and then sharing and talking about them, it becomes a lifestyle, just like the skincare. Now almost everybody has sunscreen in their bags. A young lady, almost everybody has that. They have some moisturizers and serums and all of that, and I think it's very good. But let's not also veer off the path that there's an onus or there's a responsibility on policymakers. So I want to find out that as part of the duties of the youth, what do you think they can do to engage policymakers to ensure that our healthcare and wellness is a priority, in terms of even how much they spend in it, in terms of the facilities that we visit for our healthcare and wellness, in terms of the people in the institution who administer this wellness and then take care of us when we go to the hospitals and various sectors. What do you think the Ghanaian youth can do, as part of our duty or responsibility, to engage with policymakers to ensure that our healthcare and wellness is a priority?
Thank you very much for that question. That's a very pertinent question. So I'd say advocacy. Okay.
So
we have a lot of times where youths come together, they form a coalition.
Yeah.
But most of these coalitions, the end game is political.
Yes.
You know,
yes.
just to
yes.
go
Yes.
visit the MP, let the MP give us something small. We take
Yeah,
home.
the white envelope.
The white envelope, or the brown envelope.
Yeah. Brown envelope, then you go far.
You know.
Yeah.
But you see, we can engage our policymakers.
Yeah.
We can engage our parliamentarians. You know, we can have coalitions. You know, where we engage these people and let them know certain things that we want to see. You know, I mean, we have regional hospitals, we have district hospitals, and most of, especially with the district hospitals, it's so sad. The conditions in most of our district hospitals is so sad, and so not the fault of the workers in those hospitals, but mostly because a lot is yet to be done that could be done for those hospitals to function at very optimal level. So I think youths could form coalitions. If you're watching right now, you could 1, 2, 3 of you can sit down together and say we are let me say, you know, Teshi Nongwa, you know, group of young people for healthcare, policy changes, something, you know, set up something, make it an NGO, and begin to engage, you know, policymakers, engage your MPs, engage your assemblymen, you know, engage all of these people, you know, on policies, you know, on what's the right word? On certain decisions that could be taken, you know, to better, you know, the wellness and the healthcare of the people via, you know, the institutions. And you'll be surprised how far most of these engagements can go in making the communal or overall wellness and healthcare in a space safer. That's just one way, advocacy. If you want to say something, go ahead.
Yeah, I'll also add up with fundraising. As youths, we organize football matches, and there are a lot of people there. We organize parties and people are coming. Why can't we put that same energy into the healthcare? You understand? So let's say you and I, we sit down and we decide, okay, our district hospital is lacking beds. Why don't we come together, talk to our people, invite the policymakers to raise funds to provide the beds for the hospitals? Sometimes we rely solely on the government.
Because we are paying taxes. Now we are paying e-levy and all, every levy. Now I understand influencers and all YouTubers and all those online traders are also going to be taxed. And, you know, it's like the taxes are being taken from us, but we don't see the effectiveness of it.
Yes, I understand. But if you are paying the tax,
paying tax or sanitary pad,
you are not seeing the effectiveness, and your people are falling sick, they are not being treated well. What do you do about it? You can't sit down and say, because I'm paying tax and there's nothing being done, I'll also sit there and watch, whilst you know you can do something to help. So let's put aside the tax paying.
That one they will not put it aside, but we'll just hold on it.
Let's hold on it.
Soft pedal a little.
You know.
Let's hold on it. And try to organize those stuff. How we are able to put up parties and it's all over the place. We can do the same. Do those stuff, organize fundraising, invite the people. At least your MP will come, give you something to help with that. Because if you sit down
and you say you are waiting,
no one will help.
If I just to add to what you're saying, you know, was in 2020 or 2021, you know, we lost a dear person, you know, because there was no oxygen. If I feel tempted to mention a particular hospital. This is it's a regional hospital, not a district hospital, a regional hospital, but just because they didn't have oxygen. And I begin to ask myself, okay, actually they had just 2, and those 2 were occupied. And so before they would, you know, send the person on ambulance or all the way to Accra, we lost the person. You know, so somebody is watching this show right now. You can organize a fundraiser just to buy an oxygen. You don't need to buy a lot. You know, Mahatma Gandhi once said, you know, think less of what your country can do for you. Think more of what you can do for your country. What is it you can do? What's that 2 cents? what's that 2 peso that you can give back to Ghana? Fine and fine, we pay taxes.
Yeah, because I mean, we are thinking about what we can do for our country, right? And we are doing our best.
Right.
The grounds are not really fertile.
Right.
We are striving, we are struggling. And then we see some people in positions and we see how lavish they are living. And I mean, but listening to what you are saying, I feel like the Ghanaian youth are not really seeing it from this angle, where we are not picking it from where, for example, like you said, we organize football matches, we organize parties. We're not thinking about it like that. We're thinking about, for example, if we want to buy an incubator for a hospital, we are thinking about it like the cost is so huge, it's so cumbersome. And I don't also blame them, because if I'm organizing a party, it's easy for people to come. But if I tell people that I'm organizing a fundraiser, if you invite me, Mr. I'll come. You know? So I don't blame the Ghanaian youth. But one thing that I understand, and I think almost everybody would agree with me, is that the Ghanaian youth has technology at our disposal.
Yes.
And so in our little way, what can we use our technology that we have it at our disposal, you know, to contribute to the wellness and then, you know, healthcare, especially the delivery of good healthcare in this country.
In fact, I just share one of them in the light of fundraising, which is, you know, crowdfunding. So there are a lot of crowdfunding platforms that could be created. You know, I mean, let me use. I don't know why I'm in love with Teshinova today. So let me use Teshinova.
They'll be proud of you.
Right. There are lots of, you know, diasporans who are from Teshinova. You know, they are living in the UK, living in Spain, in Germany, in Holland. In America, you know, and these people will be glad to support an initiative of a group of youth in Teshinova, you know, and if they come up to say that, I mean, of course, first of all, it has to be duly registered, and all necessary legal, you know,
procedures and requirements,
requirements have to be met, and then we now come to the stage of initiative, being innovative. It's okay, you know what, guys, now we have this organization, what can we do for our society? Okay, let's donate an incubator to the pediatric unit. Let's get a cost. You get the cost of it, and then you set up maybe a GoFundMe, for example, you know, account, and then you start seeing people bringing in this money. And very importantly, integrity is very important here, because you know, whilst we are very quick to judge our politicians, you know, we forget that we are also equally doing, or if we are doing worse things than what they are doing at our own level. Because, I mean, there are instances where people raise these funds and they don't judiciously utilize the funds. But I believe that those watching this show, you know,
my viewers are not like that.
They will make the difference. The difference, you know. So that's just one way. You know, crowdfunding, you raise funds and then you go donate, or I prefer, instead of donating to the institutions, I would prefer you purchase these items and then present them, you know, to the institutions. It's another conversation. But you see, we can't give up. We can't give up. I know there are challenges, even institutional challenges. Do you know there are times where even these items are presented to institutions and individuals pocket this.
Yes.
So sad.
I mean, at senior high school levels, patrons are taking away food that are meant for kids and orphanage homes. Some of the patrons are taking away the food and toiletries and other stuff. So I mean, it's sad to be in this country.
But then we started, we just have to do, because I mean, there's only one Ghana. I mean, that's true. There's only one Ghana. You know, there's only one nation I can call home. There's only one nation you can call home. And so, what can you do to make home more homely? You know, and so if you're watching the show now, I mean, you can start with, you know, forming a group, association or something, get it registered, get involved. The wellness and let me read a very interesting statistics. I tell you, between 2024 and 2029, the wellness and the healthcare industry is tipped to grow by over 35%.
Wow.
Over 35. I think, let me get that. And at an amount of about $1.2 billion.
Wow.
So there are opportunities in that sector. And I tell you, when you set up an association like that, for example, you are the directors of the associations.
Yeah.
That association is also going to create jobs because at the end of the day, you're going to have an office.
Yeah.
You know, and then people will
you would need people to work with.
Exactly. And then you raise these funds, you're able to buy or do whatever you're doing for the community, and as well, jobs are created. And there are a lot of other creative things that you could do. You know, see, young people out there, I mean, there are opportunities. Opportunities. You can become healthpreneurs. Excuse me. I just call them healthpreneurs.
Yeah.
You can be heralds and champions, health and wellness champions out there. And by the way, we have a category for the Ghana Wellness and Healthcare Awards that talks about the health and wellness champions.
Let me quickly hear from from Selina, and then we can get into the awards because I have about 7 or 8 minutes to wrap up.
Okay, so you were talking about using technology.
Yes.
So I would like to say that we have a lot of Ghanaians who are into IT, creating of apps and all that.
Yeah.
So as Ghanaians, as a Ghanaian who is in that field, you can come up with an app.
Yeah.
You meet with specialists, doctors, people from different background in the health sector. You meet up with them, you get information from them. You create an app that will provide health health tips.
Yeah.
Okay, so in case, let's say you have a headache.
Yeah.
You know there are different kinds of headache.
Yes, a migraine and all of that.
You have all of that. So you go on the app, you go through what is wrong with you. You look at your symptoms. Then you find, oh, this is what is wrong with me, and this is what I can do to cure it. It's not everything that we are supposed to get up and go to the hospital.
Yeah.
There are things that I think if we have those little informations to guide us, it will help us and also take care of our health.
Better.
Yes, because if you go on the app and the app tells you if you wake up, drink a cup of water, it will do this, it will do that, and you follow it. I think it will help you better than sitting down, not knowing anything
and waiting for the problem to escalate and get out of hand
before you rush to the hospital. So I think those in the IT field can also use that to help the wellness and the healthcare.
Selina has given all of you in the IT sector a big responsibility, because to be honest, sometimes when you put your symptoms in Google, it can be very scary. The other things and other issues that it will draw your attention to is like, hey, I'm about to die. What's all this? So I think I think that's a very brilliant idea. You know, if there's an app that can even give you home remedies, something that you can do as first aid before you get to the hospital. I think the ICT people, please take this up, take this up. So I've seen that Samuel Yao Achampong is watching, and then Ama Akon is watching, and Obi Sinachi, he's here with us, he's still also on Facebook, and Mauli Homi is watching, and then Mauli comes to say the youth can also form institutions with legal people that can hold authorities accountable in their communities. I think that's very important, because recently we've lost a gospel musician, a very popular one, and he said he went to the hospital, he was given...
It's sad.
I mean...
It's sad.
And nobody will do anything about it, and I'm not saying that's the cause of his death, but it's not something they should... You know, it's not something that should be just left alone like that. It's sad. May he rest in perfect peace. He was one of my favorite gospel artists, but I mean, it is what it is. It's sad. Sorry to his family and then friends. But now let's talk about your award scheme.
Right.
When are you starting it? Is this the maiden edition? And then every award scheme has an objective. What is the objective of this award scheme? What are you advocating for? What is the aim of this award scheme?
Thank you very much again for that question. So the Ghana Wellness and Healthcare Awards, you know, it's an initiative that is, you know, put together to identify, recognize, and celebrate individuals and institutions within the wellness and the healthcare industries.
Okay.
That are doing amazingly fantastic in their respective endeavors.
Yeah.
Okay. And that are contributing positively to the overall development of the wellness and the healthcare industry.
Okay.
So we identify them, we recognize them, and then we celebrate them.
Oh,
so that's
okay.
that's the major objective of the awards.
Yeah.
The other objective of the award as well is to more or less bridge the gap between the wellness and the healthcare industries. These are twin industries.
Yes, yes,
Wellness
yes,
and healthcare.
Yeah.
They are twin industries, but oftentimes they barely
Meat. Yeah.
The doctor will hardly recommend for you to go to the spa.
No.
Whereas sometimes all you just need is to go to the spa for a massage. You don't necessarily need to take the paracetamol.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
And then similarly to you might hardly have a doctor to recommend that. I think you should go herbal. I think you should do so in time past there had been that
friction between them.
If for lack of a better word,
right,
friction.
Yeah.
But that's congenial atmosphere of collaboration and all that is not is lacking. And so one of the things we look at achieving from this scheme is to bridge that gap, to bring the captains of these various industries under one roof, to brainstorm, to network, and of course to be celebrated and rewarded with awards.
Oh, okay. And this is the first, this is the second.
This is the maiden edition.
Oh, okay.
And we're going to be having this every year.
Oh, okay. What was the brain behind this?
So a group of young medical and business professionals as well.
Oh, okay. I see. It's a brilliant idea. So when is it coming off? Have you opened nominations? Have you closed nominations? Give us details, give us information so that if there are people in these sectors who are watching and would want to pick forms, or there are people who want to pick forms for other people because they see that their fellow is doing well in their respective sector, like you said, they can get all the details so that they can nominate them. And then what is the procedure?
Okay, so the procedure is we float out a request for nominations.
Okay.
And then we receive a pool of nominations.
Okay.
And then we screen these nominees.
Okay.
And then we pick those with the higher nominations. And then of course we do a background check to ascertain that these individuals are worthy of the awards, respectfully. And then after the team have done their background check, then we come up with a final shortlist, and then we do a media blast. So for this particular edition, the nomination stage has closed. We're done with nomination. We're even done with shortlisting. As a matter of fact, we've published the top 150 wellness and healthcare trailblazers.
Wow.
The top 10 wellness and healthcare heroes. So we've already published that in the media. So the final phase, which is the grand finale, the awards and gala night, that's what we are gearing up to now. So on the 14th of June, we're going to be having the Ghana Wellness and Healthcare Awards at La Palm Royal Beach Hotel. The time is 5 p.m. So we're going to be hosting the captains, the who is who in the wellness and the healthcare industries, and professionals, healthcare and wellness professionals as well. Diplomas from various diplomatic corps.
Okay, so I have about 30 seconds, so you would wrap up with it, and then I can sign off.
And so we're going to have all those people at La Palm on the 14th of June. To celebrate our wellness and healthcare champions and heroes. Do
I need tickets? How do I get there? Is it for free?
So there are informations on our website.
Okay, so can you give us the website?
www.GhanaWellnessAndHealthcareAwards.com. Ghana Wellness and Healthcare Awards.com. You can get details on how to participate in the event.
Okay. Thank you so much, Selina and Obi, for coming. I have had such a delightful conversation, and I love talking about health.
Right.
Yes.
I'm very particular about what I take in and what goes into my body and my skin and everything, because you are what you eat.
Yes.
Thank you so much for taking this as serious as I have. I'm very grateful to have such people in my space. And thank you at home for choosing to spend your afternoon with me. There are rains here and there, so when you're going out, please be careful. Take protective gears and stay safe out there. I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.
African